Well, the Department of Correctional Services Emergency Support team, led by the Acting National Commissioner Makgothi Thobakgale, are conducting a raid at the Thohoyandou Maximum Correctional Facility. Thobakgale says that the raid is part of a nationwide campaign to rid persons of weapons, drugs and gangs. Let's cross now to our reporter Pimani Baloyi for more on this. Pimani, good morning. So, can see you are in the prison precinct already. Please tell us more about this morning's raid.
Indeed, at the Thohoyandou Correctional Facility in Limpopo, where the Correctional Services Department is in the process of conducting a raid to look out for illicit substances that include drugs, cell phones, and other illegal substances that should not be in the possession of inmates at correctional facilities. The raid started at 4 a.m., where we saw officials from the Department of Correctional Services, barging into various cells in this facility. But to speak more about this, Sakina, we are joined by the National Acting Commissioner of Correctional Services, Mr. Makgothi Thobakgale. National Commissioner, take us through the logistical arrangements that you took to ensure that this raid happens.
This is a surprise search. It started at 4 a.m. We have teams that are not from the Thohoyandou management area, because we wanted to keep it as confidential, as secretive as possible, because we didn't want to be anticipated by officials at the Thohoyandou Correctional Facility, but also we didn't want to be anticipated by the offenders. The aim is to improve the levels of safety in our facilities for both our officials and for offenders. When we do searches, we find unauthorized and illegal objects and substances. We find drugs, we find dagga, we find sharp objects. We also find cell phones that are used to communicate. And obviously, offenders are not supposed to have those in possession when they are in our facilities. They are supposed to focus on correctional and rehabilitation programs.
And Commissioner, specifically, what did you find here, and what will be the recourse for some of the inmates that will be linked to those items?
We found sharp objects, we found cell phones, we found dagga, we found drugs. We also find money, because they sell amongst themselves. They are not supposed to do that. All those lead to further charges on the offenders. That, of course, interferes with their progress on the rehabilitation and correctional path that we put them on, which means that they either spend more time in our facilities or they get downgraded to gradings. That means that we still have more work to do to work on their behavior and their way of thinking.
And coming back specifically to this facility, we've done various stories of prison inmates escaping from the facilities, some attacking some of your officials. Just take us through what are some of the challenges that are found here in terms of overcrowding, gangsterism, and what are some of the solutions that you bring into this facility?
The search itself is one of the solutions, because you disrupt movement of contrabands and illegal or unauthorized substances. Secondly, with the problem of overcrowding, what we make it a point is we find other openings in other centers, so we transfer them so we don't have overcrowded cells. But of course, you will recognize that overcrowding is not a correctional facility problem. It's a criminal justice problem. System problem, because we have to admit these offenders on the basis of a court judgment.
Thank you so much, Acting National Commissioner. That is the Acting National Commissioner of the Department of Correctional Services here at the Thohoyandou Correctional Facility, where they've just raided the facility. You've heard some of the items that were found in the possession of inmates. We'll be bringing you more updates as the story develops during the course of the day. Back to you, Sakina.
Thank you so much, and that's Pimani Baloyi, our reporter out in Limpopo for us at the Thohoyandou Correctional Facility.